Well, good morning, folks. Hope all is well with you, and thank you for your continued support of Fields of Faith. I want to take a few minutes to give kind of a every other month update on how things are going, what's new and exciting, and the good news, the bad news, and all the other stuff in between. So, in terms of what's new, first probably big thing that comes to mind: 180 new apple trees that, thanks to Green State Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance, we put in this spring. Special shout out to Pat Knoll and Dave Lucina for helping me plant all of those. So they're already all budding. Some of them have already blossomed as well. So we'll have to get those under control, but excited to see what that means for us in the years ahead. So aside from that, we added another 9/10 of an acre. So we roughly doubled our size in terms of tillable ground. So lots of opportunity for us this year. We've laid down sheets of plastic in the irrigation lines. Special shout out to the Iowa women's golf team for all their help in doing that on a Sunday a few weeks ago. And then we've planted all of our cool weather crops, our summer squash, our potatoes, and sweet corn. So a lot of stuff in the ground already. In terms of some of the other news, not necessarily good news, but other news, tried something different this year with our potting soil. With respect to our cool weather crops, and it did not work. So I made a big mistake there. Going to cost us quite a bit of productivity in terms of the cool weather crops like spinach and lettuce and some of those. And so, this continues to be a learning process for all of us, including myself. For years, I've told people, if you don't strike out once in a while, then you're probably not playing in the right league. And I definitely struck out this year. So that's the bad news. The good news is that will create a whole lot of additional opportunities for more summer squash, tomatoes, and peppers. And so there's a silver lining to this whole process that hopefully should pay off in terms of more summer and warm weather crops for us in the not so distant future. So we've pivoted a little bit. And so we hope to plant roughly, it sounds crazy, but roughly 1,000 tomato and pepper plants the end of this week, as well as a whole bunch more cucumbers, zucchini, and summer squash. So the planting scale is quite a bit different this year, quite a bit more, and so we're really reliant on volunteers, and we'll speak to that more in just a few minutes here. So, and I also mentioned we already planted our potatoes, our sweet corn, and some of our cool weather crops. So some of them did make it. So as we look ahead, we have 14 faith-based organizations that we will be partnering with this year, so we're really excited about them. We have most of our Saturday mornings filled in terms of volunteers. So we've got a lot of volunteer help. I mentioned the Iowa women's golf team. I also want to give a special shout out to ACT. They were out on this Monday, helped us spread some straw, helped us plant some things in the ground, helped us transplant some peppers and tomatoes. So we've had really good momentum in terms of overall groups. Again, I mentioned Dave Lucina and Pat Knoll for all the work that they've done. We've got Heritage Christian coming out this coming week to help spread some straw. But the biggest need that we continue to have for us is kind of the weed warriors, help during the week. Not just weeding, but feeding, pruning, just stuff that kind of comes up during the course of running a farm of this nature. And so we've had some awesome experiences for those people that have come out. We've had a few weed warriors make it out to help us plant potatoes, but really, really, really want to encourage folks to give some thought to coming out and visiting us during the week. And so again, if you're interested, just shoot me a text or an email. Love to get you signed up on that. And for those of you who have already signed up for the weed warriors, thank you for your help. We continue to look for that help going forward. So in addition to the weed warriors, one of the concepts we're kind of toying with is adopt a row. I don't know that we'll do that this year necessarily, but going forward, we might request that families maybe consider adopting a certain row in terms of weeding, feeding, all that kind of stuff, and give it some personal accountability and relatability as well and stuff. And so anyway, that's kind of what's going on. Just a quick recap, the last 2 years, we've given away 29,000 pounds of food to area faith-based organizations and food pantries. Depending on the metric that you look at, that's roughly 73,000 meals that have been provided right here in Johnson County in the last 2 years. And so, you guys are making a big difference. We can't do this without your help. You guys know this. We depend exclusively on volunteers to make it happen, and you guys have been the ones to do that. So in terms of what's happening next, as I mentioned, we plant a whole bunch of tomatoes and pepper plants later this week. We'll plant the remaining winter squash sometime in the next few weeks. hopefully we'll start seeing some good production out of the cool weather crops that we were able to plant, and then the warm weather crops kicking in not far after that. And then we'll start distributing food to the folks that need it right here in Johnson County. And so just want to wrap up by commenting that, the farm continues to remind me that service really brings people together, and food opens the door to those relationships and to those ministries. And so just very grateful for all your support and the opportunities that lie before us. And so again, give some thought to Weed Warriors, volunteering, bring out your family, your business, your church. Come join us for a Saturday morning sometime. And so until then, if you have any questions, suggestions, all ears, let me know. Shoot me an email, give me a text. We'll go from there. Until then, be well and God bless. Take care.